What's going on, everyone? It is Rizzo. Thanks a lot for tuning in. Here's the situation. Jeff and I, if you love what we do, if you love what we bring, we need your help. If you want to send us a donation to keep our content live and local, just search us on Venmo, Cash App, PayPal. Very easy. All you got to do is search Rizzo and Jeff Show. All right, it's going to go right to our rent. You can also subscribe to us on Patreon, where we put up the full podcast. We got a whole other hour that you're not hearing here on the free iHeartRadio app. We need your help. So if we ever made you laugh, if we ever made you smile, if we ever made any impact, if we ever made your day better, if Jeff ever said something to make you laugh, if I ever did something to make you go, what the hell is wrong with this guy? Please consider sending a donation on Cash App, Venmo, PayPal by searching Rizzo and Jeff. Please consider subscribing to our Patreon by searching Rizzo and Jeff Show, or head over to the Facebook Rizzo and Jeff Show on Facebook. Very much appreciated from the bottom of my heart. Thank you. I love you. It means everything to both of us. From Rizzo and Jeff, this show will live on, and it will live on because of you. Welcome to a 4th of July edition of Rizzo and Jeff FM Unfiltered / Ask Us Anything. Now, here's the situation. I texted Jeff. He's at the beach. He's on vacation. You will be able to ask anything. Now, there's a couple questions that people messaged us. Therefore, we will answer them. You can also call us. The number right here, 585-209-9108. Baby Hands will be joining in un momento, por favor. She's doing makeup. I don't even know if anyone's going to watch this thing. I mean, are people out partying? Are people doing something? I will say this. This is one of those opportunities, and I'll wait for our guest, I guess, co-host / friend to join us, Baby Hands. But a couple people emailed a question. Again, this is Ask Us Anything, right? And I thought we'd start off interesting. And again, if you want to ask anything, and if you hear me chewing something, I'm chewing nicotine gum. I'm doing very well with the cigarettes. I'll get into that. But I figured, you know what, this is something different. This is something fun. What's going on, Ray? What's going on, Nick? What's going on, everybody? So anyway, without any further ado, the Ask Us Anything begins. Also, I did a little bit of a video. And the video was surprising how many questions I got. And the first question was, how did you and Jeff meet? And then it was something about me and Baby Hands, who still is putting a cat eye on for a video that maybe nobody will see. So whenever she decides to walk out here and join us, I guess we could begin. Perhaps I should... Hello? You coming? Okay, she says she's coming. All right, so this is, and again, I texted Jeff. If Jeff would like to join, he can. He might be at the beach. He might be sleeping. Who knows what Jeff's doing right now? He's on vacation. I am not. I was on, I guess our street was on lockdown. A lot of people saw, like, part of Clinton Avenue was crazy, crazy shit. I don't even know how many people because I said, aren't people doing fireworks tonight? Aren't people doing all this crazy stuff tonight? So, again, just, there we go. Okay, this is a lot. This is just sit down. Just sit on down here. This is a lot. We have lip gloss. We have lipstick, water. We have a binder, a cat. All right, headphones on. And again, this takes a couple minutes to build up. Who knows if it even will build up? So here's the situation. You can give us a call, 585-209-9108. You can ask anything that you want. Jesus Christ, Ray. Well, you know what? Thank you. You could send us. I appreciate the stars.
You have an entanglement situation happening.
Just put your headphones on. Well, just put your headphones on. It's not that hard.
Here we go.
This is
Jeff. What did you do?
He just puts the headphones on. This is really. Thank you, Ray. And you know, Ray, you can ask any question you'd like. I'd like to start out with the one from June. You good? We good?
Should I go get my glasses?
No.
Well, I can't see anything.
That's okay. I can see for the both of us. So you're just going to have to sit here and trust me, okay? So, sure. Yes, of course, want more, but we need to earn it. So ask us something that you want to know. This could be anything. So the first question was, how did Jeff and I meet? Jeff and I had a separate career. Jeff had a morning show in Detroit. Damn, Ray, before, and I appreciate it, I love you, but do me a favor, brother. Make sure you ask a question, okay? I love you. I appreciate that. Jeff appreciates that. That means the world to us. But maybe there's something personal you want to know. Let me get to the story about Jeff and I. Jeff and I, we met. He had a morning show. I was hired on initially to kind of, as the morning show expert, a third mic, a producer, or what have you, with another show. Then there's another radio company that bought this radio company, and Jeff and I kind of met, and we've traveled the world together since. So Jeff and I met, I would say, about 10 years ago. We've been all over the place, and it was crazy.
Can I ask a question?
You can ask a question, but we're also answering questions. And again, 585-209-9108. Ray, thank you. Ray is sending stars. We appreciate that. That helps Jeff and I, keep the lights on because the severance is over. So if you guys want to know about work, severance, stuff like that, ask away. We are no longer getting paid, so I can answer some questions. Go ahead. What's the question you have? And Baby Hands is guest hosting. Jeff is on vacation. Jeff is enjoying himself. Him and Mr. Teddy are out on the boat. So ask us whatever the frick you want. I don't really care. So go ahead. Baby Hands is joining us. Go ahead. What the hell do you want to know?
What did Jeff's radio name used to be?
What did Jeff's Oh, Rat? Rat. Okay, so the show used to be called the Rat and Puff Show. Okay? The Rat and Puff Show was Jeff and his friend Josh, who they went to high school, or middle school and high school together. They grew up together. And the Rat and Puff Show kind of evolved, and then it was the Rat and Puff Show when we were in Detroit, and then the artist known as Puff, I guess decided that radio wasn't for him, and Jeff and I have been doing this whole radio thing ever since. For those of you just tuning in, what's up? What's up, John? Make sure that you are asking questions. This is a Ask Us Anything. The severance is over, all that stuff. I have Baby Hands guest hosting because Jeff, my friend Jeff, is on vacation. He can join us in if he wants. Let's see. Do you know where you're moving to? We will miss you. Okay. Do I know where Jeff and I are moving? No, but I think we have an idea. I would say that, and again, there's links, since the severance is over, I can be a little more honest. Jeff might join us, might not, but Baby Hands is guest hosting. You can ask her shit, too, if you want, right?
You can ask me anything. You can ask about
us. You can ask about, anything.
Whatever you want. Nothing's off limits.
Nothing's off limits, although if it starts getting dirty and nasty, y'all are going to have to do some, you're going to have to be like Ray, send some stars and subscribe to the Patreon. Now,
we're also taking Venmo, Cash App, PayPal donations because, like Rizzo said, we have a Bambine.
Oh, yeah.
He likes stuffies.
He likes a Taylor Swift crap, and we got to keep the lights on. And Jeff and I split everything down the middle. But the thing about Jeff and I and how we met. And Ray, before you do that, you need to ask a question, Ray.
Yes,
I appreciate
ask a
it, Ray.
question.
Thank you. I love you. I appreciate it. But, you don't want to know? Like, for example, who's better in bed? The answer's me. The answer's me.
It is you.
I am better in bed. That's the straight up truth.
Well, I'm better at,
How's the
I'll
sex?
save that for later.
How's the sex? Okay, so let's just do this. How is the sex? And again, you can call 585-209-9108, or you can do that. We are doing a Ask Us Anything. This is a Rizzo and Jeff kind of exclusive. We're here just trying to get by. The severance is over. I can be a little more open. Jeff on vacation. How's the sex? I'll let you answer. You go first, because I think Jeff doesn't believe you, but you go first. How is the relations? This is an adult theme program.
Right, but we're on Facebook. So here's what I'm going to do.
Okay.
I'm going to answer it like PG for Facebook, and then I'll
Okay.
answer it again once we switch to the Patreon.
Don't give every just give a little bit of just how is it?
The sex is fantastic.
Okay, why?
I actually thought that I was sexually broken before I met Rizzo because I had been dating someone on and off.
He's known for having a small penis and being a chef. That's all we'll say.
Short, fat, and balding.
She's got a type.
I wasn't attracted to him, and I thought, that because of like an antidepressant I was taking, because everybody's on those these days, and it can really mess with your libido. I thought that I just didn't want to have sex anymore.
In general, you didn't want to have sex with anyone.
With anyone.
With anyone. Okay.
And then, before I met Rizzo, and before I, is it shooted my shot? Is it
shot? I think it's shot your shot. You shot your shot.
I shot my shot.
Yeah.
Prior to that, I hadn't had sex in a couple of years, and I just wasn't into it. And then we kissed, our first kiss, and I wanted to rip your clothes off right there. So
in this
apartment, right over there, and it was like I was just awoken again, and I was like, I'm not broken. I'm not broken. It wasn't the antidepressant. I was just dating someone who
was gross
and was mean to me, and I'm not broken. So I'm gonna leave it there, and there's a lot more to my answer, but I will save that for the Patreon.
Okay, so let me bring up something that Jeff often jokes about. Okay, Jeff often says that if we were to break up, much like when many people break up. Okay, oh, you're bad in bed. Oh, you got a small dick. Oh, I was just saying that. Oh, I was faking. So, for the people who are watching, they're like, this is a crock of shit. And again, we appreciate there's links up there. Any help, sending stars, anything like that. Ask us anything, and we'll do our best to answer.
So Jeff totally thinks I'm a liar.
Jeff does think you're full of shit. Jeff does not believe that you are as sexually satisfied as you say you are. And this is a Rizzo and Jeff Ask Us Anything. Jeff might join. He's at the beach. He's relaxing. He might not. I shot him a text. But we're just here trying to keep you guys entertained. So anyway, go ahead.
It is good to hear, Ray. It is good to hear. Thank you.
Yes.
So here's the thing, though. There's a caveat to that.
Okay.
Most people don't have sex like you and I do because most people don't have a relationship like you and I do. I'm sure people are having good sex, even great sex.
Great sex.
But when you have a connection to someone and an intimacy with someone, it makes it more powerful. And also when you have a man who knows what to do with their hands and their mouth and their instruments, it makes a world of difference.
So let me ask you, and this is something that a lot of men might be interested in, and we're talking about Ask Us Anything, whatever it is, okay? Sorry, go ahead.
I used to prefer the digits to
the tongue?
The tongue. Because men are just I don't know, licking a lollipop. They're
like Lil Wayne?
Yeah. I don't know what they're doing.
Men are often bad at it.
And I hated it. I was like, this is such a waste of time. Come on. I'd rather just get the digits. But apparently you learned in Cosmo or something.
I did. I learned in Cosmopolitan how to treat a lady nicely with my tongue, and I am an expert. And I was not lying when I said the pleasure machine is legit.
And I thought that was such a crock of crap.
You
when
did.
You said that on the radio.
So did everybody.
And
so
I made fun of you. But that first kiss, and we were both oh wow, wow. And
it was like fireworks. It was sexy. It was all. And I see some questions coming in. We'll get to them. But so the sex, I think, is relative to your relationship. But there's a lot of sex, and there's a lot of. I think people just want. Straight up honesty. And again, 585-209-9108 if you want to call, or just keep your questions down there.
And just please learn how to do something, because I know I'm very good at something, and it's because I thought of, what would make it be the best? And you'll save that for the Patreon, because there's a secret thing I do at the end.
There is a secret thing, and let me tell you, what percentage of men, okay, and then we'll get to Paula's question, we'll get to Jason's question, we'll get to Champion's question, we'll get to everyone. So I see all the questions coming in. What percentage of men are bad in bed? What percentage of men are good in bed? If you were to have sex with 100, well, okay, just, you didn't, but if you were to have sex with 100 men, how many times do you think you would achieve orgasm in sex? And again, this is a Rizzo and Jeff kind of FM unfiltered. Ask us anything, Jeff down the shore. So Baby Hands is filling in. We'll talk about whatever you want. Ray, send in stars. You can send stars. Subscribe to the Patreon. It would really, really help us out. The severance is over, so I can be a little more open. So go ahead. 100 men you have sex with. How many times you getting off?
You've asked me this question before, and you didn't believe me, and then you asked a bunch of my girlfriends.
I did.
And all of us, except I think one, gave the same answer. About 80% would fail.
Fail miserably. Is it because of the size?
No, size doesn't really have a lot to do with it. And
what percentage does size matter?
So here's the thing.
Okay.
Really, really tiny, like Mike and Ike, like Chef Mike
like
and Ike.
Her ex,
is bad.
Okay.
But really big hurts. It's not fun. You can't be on top. You can't. So I say above average, like just above average.
So, okay. All right.
Which is you.
Well, I don't believe that to be the case, but
but according to you, men have a thing, and nobody.
Every man thinks their penis is small, and you know what? This is the number. I apologize. We're doing the best we can here. Every man thinks their penis is small. Yes.
So above a little above average, like just above average. That's the sweet spot. Even average is fine, but you have to know how to use it.
So you would rather have somebody with 5 inches that knows how to use it than 9 inches who doesn't?
Correct. And also 9 inches like, ow.
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 Okay, let's get to some of these questions because I've been...
but you didn't answer the question.
What's the question?
How's the sex?
Okay, so yes, Ray, she not only does she have to get there first, but I make sure she gets there to the point where she can't move.
I don't have to get there first. It just accidentally happens. I can't help it. It's his fault.
Paula has an interesting radio question, which we're going to answer next, but I think the sex...
Mikey Champion, it's moved from dong chat to orgasm chat. My God, I've really corrupted things.
Listen. Jeff can, look, Jeff would go along with this as well. Carolina, what's going on? So basically, this is the situation. I think the sex is great. I think that it depends on what I enjoy, and this is the truth. I get turned on by my ability to take a lady to Pleasure Town, for her to reach the big Oprah. So if you're reaching the big Oprah and you are turned on, then I am turned on, and thus it makes me...
That's true. It's true.
It's true.
But you also really enjoy something. We are having so many issues with this. Are you okay?
Nah. I'm a little all over the place. I'm quitting smoking, doing really well with that as well. Let me get to a question that I think is a really interesting one from Paula. And again, she mentioned, and I got to scroll down here. And again, this is a ask us anything kind of thing because,
Ray agrees with you.
Does he? I like that, Ray.
Good job, Ray.
Paula said, do you think terrestrial radio will survive? I like live and local talk, but I think it's going to die.
What's terrestrial radio?
Terrestrial radio would be radio in your car that has an FM or an AM antenna. Do I think that, and I think Jeff would agree with this, and again, like Ray, you could say, we'd appreciate it. Subscribe to our Patreon. Send stars. Baby Hands is guest hosting for Jeff. Jeff is on vacation. It will if shows like the Rizzo and Jeff show, are on the radio. If shows that are, how do I put this? Antiquated, boring. They aren't open about their sex life. They aren't open about
their secret relationships.
They aren't open about then no. Do I think radio will always survive because it's free? Radio will always be in a car, and I think radio, if you want my honest opinion, is the best medium out there. I think it's better than TV. I think it's better than books. I think it's better than, satellite radio. I think terrestrial radio, if you want my honest opinion, this is a Ask Us Anything. I can talk a little bit. This is Baby Hands guest hosting for Jeff. Jeff is on vacation. I think that it's up to the management. If people who made the decision to fire us because of money, yes, did we cost too much money in the month of April? Yes. But for the future of the radio station, was that the smartest decision? The answer is no. So if people are making decisions like that, it won't survive. Now, Paula, I don't think radio as you know it is going to survive in Rochester or Buffalo or places like that. I think New York City, I think Dallas, I think Miami, I think Los Angeles, I think these big top 10 or 20 markets, radio will survive because the resources and the money will be putting, you get what you pay for. So you're right. If you're going to pay somebody 35 or 40 grand a year, you're going to get shit.
Which sucks.
You're going to pay somebody $13 an hour, you're going to get shit. Why do you think the National Digital Influencers of the Year we're in Rochester? Because we worked like we were in New York freaking City, and that's the kind of show we did, and that's why you guys freaked the F out when we first got here, and then you friggin' loved us. So, Paula, in 5 years, there will be no local radio here, but there will be terrestrial radio if the people in charge think long-term and not short-term about how to make budget this quarter. I know that was confusing, but I hope that helped. I have some other questions I wanted to answer, but go ahead. We're with Baby Hands, who's filling in for Jeff, who's on vacation.
Well, I'm with, who asked the question?
What's that?
Who asked the
question? That was
Paula.
Paula.
Okay, Paula. I'm with Paula because my Nissan Juke, named Val.
Okay. Big lesbian Dyke-mobile.
She, and I love that bitch, she has an FM, AM radio.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So I used to listen to a different show prior to Rizzo and Jeff.
She did.
And I actually, I would listen to it on the iHeart app, and then
She was a big Rover gal.
I was, but then Rover started doing things that, you said. It used to be fun when they did certain, like the League of Extraordinary Morons, whatever. I'm not going to promote
but
that stuff.
The point is that
they gave up.
They gave up. And the one thing is, when you give up or you think you sign that big deal and you think you've made, the second that you think that your shit doesn't stink is the second that it's all going to fall the fuck apart for you. And the one thing that Jeff and I have always done and always maintained is that that's not going to happen to us. Go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
And it's funny because Paula just said it took her a while to warm up to you guys, and that was the same for me. I didn't get it. I thought you guys were like two old people.
Right.
Change is hard, and I just didn't get it at first. And then, when I was driving to and from work, because again, I had like the CD thing in my car. It's 2012.
Right.
But, I like talk radio. It's interesting. It keeps my mind off certain things. It keeps me from like thinking about shit I don't want to think about.
Right.
So I would listen to you guys on the way home from work.
I do want to address what Dave says when you're done. Go ahead.
And you grew on me, and then I fell in love with you when you did Lyle.
Lyle Cologne. Yep.
Lyle. And when you did the orgy chat, and I remember vividly texting my mom saying, oh my God, I'm dying listening to 95.1 right now because these idiots that are on that I hate are making me laugh. And she goes, oh my God, they annoy me so much.
Yep.
and then she fell in love with you guys,
Mm-hmm.
and it just kind of went from there. So it's interesting that Paul said that, because I think a lot of people were like that.
David Robinson, and this is a Ask Us Anything. You can ask about Rizzo, Jeff, how we met, our show, all that shit. You can ask about baby hands. You can ask about whatever. I would encourage you to subscribe to our Patreon and or send some stars. We're trying to do the best we can. But somebody said, that was David Robinson. Rover is a multimillionaire. Yes, he is.
He's also a sellout.
And I'm also going to tell you, somebody in this business, I don't know how much you know about me, but, I worked at a morning show in New York City. I was on Opie and Anthony when they were on satellite radio. I was very successful before I met Jeff. Jeff was very successful before he met me. And we made good money. When you sign that $1 million deal, and that's going to happen to Jeff and I sure as shit hope we don't do what he did, and that's sell out. I sure hope that we realize that what got you to where you are, what gets you to that $1 million deal, is what the people want. So it's like when you sign the big deal, did you make it? Well, sure, but why change what you're doing? Why have other people do your work? And Jeff and I have always said that the Rizzo and Jeff show will always only be Rizzo and Jeff. May we have someone answer phones? Sure. Will, Baby Hands guest host something if Jeff's away? Sure. But we keep it in the house. We keep it in the family. I think I'm not saying anything disparaging about, Dave, about that show. But what I am saying is that you can tell that show 5, 6, 7, 10 years ago versus now. And you can tell that when someone's striving and working hard versus when someone gets paid. And I hope that when we get paid, right, that big multi-million-dollar deal, that we don't. And I can't say for a fact that I won't turn into that, but goddamn, I hope not.
I won't let you.
I hope not. Let's see.
Did Jeff open the air fryer? Mikey Champion wants to know.
Jeff did open the air fryer. I believe Jeff cooked pork chops, and I think what he did was he put some broccoli cheddar soup on it. So Jeff put broccoli cheddar soup
from Panera.
Let's see. Learning things in real time was the best.
I agree with Mikey Champion, because what did you say to me the other day? That you and Jeff are the talent, but then you're...
So I said, this is how the Rizzo and Jeff show is different, and this is why we will be successful, and I'm not worried. Yes, I'm a little scared. I did a 90-day update. Guess what? Fear's rolling in. I got no more money. I got no more paychecks coming in, but I know that we will find a home. Because Rizzo and Jeff are the talent, the marquee talent, and the listeners are our co-hosts. The Mikes, the Lisas, the Paulas, the Davids, the Shawns, the Mikes,
the Rays,
the Joannes, the Rays, love you, Ray, all of you, that is so fucking important. And I think, like all of you said, I didn't get it. I hated you guys. Yes, but when you realize that you were the Rizzo and Jeff host the show, we press the buttons. You guys always co-hosted the show. Whatever you called and said, we went with. I don't care if it was in our notebook or not. I've shown her some notebooks. Did I not?
You did, and they're very, very precious to me because I'm a weirdo.
Now, somebody said that you, Paula, that you work in the, and this is a Ask Us Anything, so you can ask anything about, me, Jeff, the Rizzo and Jeff show. You can ask about baby hands. You can ask about, my sexual prowess. You can also ask how the smoking's going. You can answer whatever you want. And the full podcast where we get into some shit is going to be on the Patreon side as well. I'll say this, though. 90 days out from something that happens like getting a big bonus and getting budget cut. That's the one thing that freaks me out. It's like, you gave us this big bonus, but then we cost too much money. So I guess it's one of those things, and that goes back to the question about local radio. Will it survive? I don't think so in this climate or market. Um, let's see. Yeah, we'll get to that one in a second. When I caught myself tuning into Melissa friggin' Etheridge at full blast down Lyle and Emerson, I went, this is good shit. That's because it's different.
Mikey, what were you doing on Lyle and Emerson?
I don't know. Maybe he was getting a hooker.
Maybe.
You know? But the point is, let's see. Oh, this is a good one. I can tell you're carrying a nice present a few times. Okay. I wanted to get to your mental health thing because I do think it's important.
Oh.
Do we trim the genitals?
Of course.
I'm a big time groomer.
Sometimes to your detriment, you hurt yourself.
I get penis bumps. I told you guys I got penis bumps.
And you never ended up sharing that story.
The penis bumps. Oh, that's right. You had a friend nearby. What of it? He said, leave him alone. Again, links on the video. Also, like Ray and some people have done, send some stars. It really helps Jeff and I out. The penis bump story. If I'm going to have sex with somebody and I expect them to be clean shaven, I expect that of you. I believe that you expect that of me. Nobody wants pubes in their teeth. Who wants pubes teeth? Right?
It makes it really hard to go downtown.
It does. So I thought, let me shave. I, however, have many, many razors because I'm bald. So I do all kinds of stuff with my head, and I do the thing, and I have the beard. Well, I took a straight razor to the Jennies. And let's just say it looked like I had the herp for a couple of weeks.
He came to me one day. I was laying in the pillow fort, and he pulls his pants down out of nowhere. And he goes, "What's wrong with me?"
Yeah, I pulled my pants down and said, "Look at my penis. What's wrong?"
And I did a face palm because I'm a lady, and
You're what?
I deal with that area and keeping it groomed. So I know about razor burn. I know about, all this stuff. And taking, oh my God, a straight razor to the pubis.
To the pubis. The pubis, also fupa, fat upper pussy area. Fat upper pubic area.
Ow, 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 ow. But there's this product called Tend Skin. It comes in like a blue little bottle. It's kind of spendy.
Yep.
It's like $25 for this like tiny little bottle, but you put it on after you shave and it stings a little bit, but it helps immensely with the razor burn. But I wouldn't let you shave for like a week.
She wouldn't let me shave, so I got a little bushy and pubis and teeth. Just not my thing. And again, this is a Rizzo and Jeff special. Ask us anything. People who send stars like Ray, I also sent a message to you, or I tried to. If you want, send us a DM because you are going to get an autographed picture of me and Jeff, and we're going to send you a T-shirt. That's okay. And I appreciate everyone tuning in. Thank you. What was the name of the lotion?
Tend Skin, T-E-N-D Skin. It comes in a blue bottle. You can get it on Amazon, Walgreens. Hey, Tend Skin, sponsor the Rizzo and Jeff show.
Yeah, and by the way, also speaking of, I have to mention, so I can get paid for it, Ripple. Ripple is how I've been quitting smoking, and let me tell you something. This has been a real bitch, and I'm in a real pissy mood. But and I didn't know if I was going to be able to do this today. But I'm glad that I did. Let's see. Oh, there was a toe sucker. That's Isaiah. Isaiah's from Detroit. Let me ask you something. I'll tell you about this Ripple product in un momento. If I asked to suck your toes, would you let me do it? If it turned me on.
I want you to think about that question knowing my feet.
You have tiny, dainty feet?
No, but what else about my feet?
They're super tickly. Okay, but what if I licked them?
No, I can't even get pedicures because I almost kicked this tiny little Asian woman in the face once because she was touching the bottom of my feet, and I kicked out because I couldn't help it.
Yeah, Chris, what's going on? Isaiah, what's going on? This is the Rizzo and Jeff 4th of July special. We're doing an Ask Us Anything, kind of something different, kind of something fun. Baby Hands is filling in for Jeff. Jeff is more than will. I texted him. He might join, he might not. You can ask us anything. You want to know something? I'll tell you what. Jeff, I will tell you this about Jeff. Jeff, and he's been hurting he's been hurting for years. And I finally figured out what the hell happened to Jeff to make his hip all screwed up. All screwed up. And it happened in Detroit.
With a special someone.
With Jimmy. With Jimmy Croft. I will say this before I get to that story. For those of you who are typing in comments, you can also give us a call, 585-209-9108. Ask us anything. And you know what? It can be X-rated or
No, I'm trying to give a radio signal because I wanted to say something.
Oh,
when you were done, did I mess that up?
That's okay. You did fine. Please.
I'm not a professional.
That's okay. Oh, this is a good. Okay, go ahead. Please say what you're going to say.
I was just going to say, because we are going to continue on the Patreon, but the live is going to be available for all payment platforms. So even what's the lowest one? Like
I think it's like $5 or $8. Right.
So so we can keep the lights on, eat. We'll answer more questions. We'll get into more detail because Patreon's not as
You can say more on the Patreon.
Right. And we hate to do that to you guys, but we have to. Otherwise, there's not going to be a Rizzo and Jeff show.
Yeah.
We'll have to go DoorDash.
I will say this. I'm confident that the Rizzo and Jeff show will have a home by September, October at the latest. I think September. We just need to get through the next couple months. You know what? Somebody brought up mental health, and I will say this. I'll talk about the mental health, and then she is going to talk about, because someone asked a question about her working in the mental health field. Here's the deal. I couldn't sling maybe anything more than one tubed meat. For those of you who don't know what a tubed meat is, we went on a tube meat tour with Zweigels. It won us the National Digital Influencers of the Year, that campaign. I like a good pop open, but I'm not a hot dog guy. I'll eat one or two at a ball game, but I can't be slinging tubies tomorrow. I'm not one of those people.
How many do you think I could eat?
Oh, you? Yeah. Oh, Jesus Christ. 15? Dude, let me tell you, you want to talk about somebody who can eat some shit.
A Badger-Galoop.
This person is 6 friggin' pounds and eats more shit than anything I've ever. It's ridiculous.
I love Taco Bell.
It is. It's absolutely. Ugh. I can't even talk about it because Taco Bell, to me, I'd rather
Don't you dare. Sacrilege.
I'd rather eat ass. Okay.
Are you sure?
Possibly. I'm a little behind on the comments here, but I wanted to talk because I think it was Paula asked about mental health. She said that Baby Hands worked in the mental health field. Maybe a couple quick background on her. But first, mental health is something that affects us all. I'm not trying to get preachy here and shit, but I'm going to tell you something. I did a video. 30 days in, I was optimistic. 60 days in, I was angry. 90 days in, I got to tell you, I'm fearful. My mental health isn't the best. I'm trying to quit smoking. I'm doing the best that I can, but I got to tell you, I am scared shitless. Scared shitless. And, my mental health fluctuates. And I think that, it's not, I don't know, man. It's not talked about enough. I don't even know what's going on, Sean. It's an Ask Me Anything. Rizzo and Jeff style. Baby Hands is filling in. Now, someone asked about, you don't have to hit me. Someone asked about, you suck. Someone asked about you working in the mental health field. So what did you do prior to riding Papa for a living like a steer?
Okay, well, I'll get to that, but I did want to say, you told me that, with all the Chantix rage and how you've been struggling, that it helps to have someone, but at the same time, you're also now responsible, you feel responsible for a partner and a child. So do you feel like that makes it more stressful in a way?
The mental health part? Yeah, I do. Because aside from worrying about Jeff and what is best for him, I worry about you. I worry about the Bambine. I worry about me. And so when you have, 4, 5, 6 people that you're thinking about all the time, it messes with you and you go cuckoo for goddamn Cocoa Puffs, right? And Ray, again, thank you for shooting the stars. Were you going to give me a little hit, or were you finished, or do
No,
I?
no, I'll respond to what you wanted me to respond to. So
Oh, Monday
prior,
Night Raw and Price is Right. She is not checking in. Go ahead.
oh,
That's
that's
right. Go
right.
ahead. What's
That's
up,
right.
Roseanne? How you doing?
Roseanne.
Roseanne. She just checked in. We're
Oh, I
doing
thought
an
you were
Ask
talking
Me
about
Any-
that Roseanne.
No, that's Rosie O'Donnell. Roseanne. That's
Oh,
not friggin' Roseanne. What the hell are you talking? You're about to get kicked off the show. And you're really disappointing Jeff. Go forward, please.
All right, Chantix Rage. Okay, so prior to, I'm currently taking time off from working right now. Those of you that follow my page, you know that. I'm taking time off to do really like intense mental health treatment for PTSD and trauma, which is a big bitch, by the way. It's not fun, but it's worth it.
Yep.
So I knew I needed to take some time off, and thanks to this dude over here, he knows everything about me, and he was like, "I'll tell you what, I want that to be your focus, because there's no way in hell you can work doing the kind of work that you're doing and also, deal with your PTSD." So he helped put me in a position where I'm able to make that my full-time job and keep momming. That's what I call being a mom. I like that word. It's fun. Momming.
It's funny you say that, because Ray said, hey, without the details, how's the kid doing? No details, just wondering.
The Bambine is amazing. He just graduated kindergarten. I'm actually getting a little jealous lately because he's really into Rizzo. He was really mad at me the other day because we went on outing, and Rizzo didn't come with us, and he was super mad.
Chuck E. Cheese.
Yep. And he's just doing great. He's growing up so fast. He's thriving. I'm a little nervous about the move, but I think he'll be okay. But I am a little jealous because he's really into...
he's into Papa.
He is. And I'm very open about this. Everyone probably already knows if you've stalked my page. My son's father died a few years ago from an overdose. And my son doesn't know him, so he hasn't asked the dad question, but he's very lucky because this dude, stepped in and, welcomed him with open arms. And
well, listen, he's a great kid. He's innocent. Again, he's doing good. I will share one detail, and that's he wants to do this Taylor Swift thing at the Rochester Museum of Science.
No, it's at the planetarium.
Oh, the planetarium.
2 different things.
That's right, planetarium. The planetarium, got to tell you, hard to get tickets, so crazy as shit. Let's see. Go ahead.
Well, so with the mental health thing. So what I did prior to this, I am what's called a CERPA. It's a certified recovery peer advocate. I'm a person that's in recovery. You guys all know what that means. I'll go into detail on that, maybe on the Patreon, like slight detail. But that's more stuff that I share on my page. We like to keep the Rizzo and Jeff show light.
Yep.
But I'm a person in long-term recovery.
Yep.
And that's what being a CERPA is. You can be certified to work in the human services field if you have lived experience of being in recovery. So I worked at outpatient and mental health facilities, and I actually created the peer program for the Monroe County Treatment Courts, which is very cool because, and we're not going to get political here.
So like if you know anyone who's like it has been in drug court or something like that, like she helped create that program. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah. But so just to sum it up quickly, treatment court is an option when people that are struggling with drug addiction and mental health, because they go hand in hand. There's mental health court, there's felony drug court, there's all these crazy drug courts. They knew that they needed peers, people with lived experience to help the process, because the judges were struggling. Oh my God. And then bail reform happened. That's a whole other thing. But I created the peer program to offer support to people that were facing like 5-year prison bids.
So basically the answer to the question is you worked in the mental health field, but it was specifically for substance abuse, for people who were in addiction or whatever with their kids, or so there is a passion there for helping people because you yourself have been in long-term recovery, and that's important to you. And I think that's one of the things I love about her is that that takes a lot of. I couldn't deal with all that sad shit. That our show is all fun and all things about pulling out your wang and penis jokes and all kinds of whoopee bush. But I couldn't deal with that sadness, so I admire that.
Well, and thank you. And my last job was actually, you shared that story about I was driving home on the 90.
Yep.
And I was crying one day because my last job, I switched to working with domestic violence, rape, and sexual assault victims and working with children. So I would drive home and I was crying one day, and I think I don't know what episode it was, but I was laughing and crying at the same time.
Because we were talking, it was I think it was an orgy or Lyle or some
or
shit.
It was like the cat UTI episode.
Oh, cat UTIs,
or
that's right.
The puke bowl episode.
The puke bowl led into cat UTIs.
Yeah. It was something, and I'm laughing and crying, and that's what I do. It's what I love to do. I also love creating content about this type of stuff, which is on my page. Yeah, and also I'm like Rizzo, who can never shut up. So.
Well, and that's okay. And this is the Rizzo and Jeff show. We're just kind of dicking around. Ask us anything. Some things that we wanted to answer. But appreciate. You can just ask us anything. We'll. We got 3,000 stars. Stars help. You can subscribe to the Patreon. We got some cool stuff. We're gonna answer some stuff on the other side of this. But I wanted to kind of do this. See, a lot of people will watch this afterwards. But it's been kind of fun. Let's see. How did Baby Hands and Rizzo meet? That's an interesting question. Real quick, Ray, you're right. I couldn't do that either. But thank God there are people like cops, like judges, like lawyers, like people who help domestic violence victims, rape victims, substance abuse people who suffer, because there's, not a lot of shit out there.
No, there's not.
Now, how did we meet? It's interesting.
It's embarrassing.
It's embarrassing because you were a thirsty bitch.
I was, and I'm never like that.
Thirsty. And so now how do I know you're not going to leave me for some other dude you get thirsty for and shit?
Well, because first of all, I've never done that.
I don't know that.
I went through like my whole dating history with you. I'm like a relationship kind of girl. And it's funny because he and I had both resigned ourselves to being single, like for good, before we met.
Very true.
I was like, you know what?
Yep.
I'm good with me and the Bambine.
Yeah.
Just me and him. Totally fine.
I'm good pulling peen every 6 months when I need to get laid. That's it.
Yup. I can use the Hitachi magic wand if I need to.
Whoa. Whoa. The big wand.
But then, when I found out that Rizzo and Jeff weren't two old geezers on the radio.
Did we come across as old? What the frick?
I think it was like your accents and like, I don't know what it was. Because remember I told you it was even hard to like differentiate your voices at first.
Sorry.
It was hard. I don't know if anyone else had this problem, but was it hard to like tell the difference in their voices at first? And I also thought that Rizzo was Jeff and Jeff was Rizzo.
I think a lot of people thought that Jeff and I think they were confused at first, but yeah.
Yeah, so then I Googled you and I looked up your pictures and then I found out who was who. And I thought that you were very attractive. And I didn't know. So the first time I wanted to text into the show was during the orgy episode because I was going to make fun of you, actually. For not being brave enough.
For not being brave. I was, you know what, dude? I was 18 years old, and people were pulling out their penis, and you know what? I was not about to have that. I didn't want. And guess what? I'm 35, and if that happened to me and you right now, guess what?
Well,
goodbye.
You're also very like protective of your lady, so you didn't want.
I am.
I think it was what was her name? Marissa.
Mara.
Mara. Yeah.
Mara.
You didn't want anyone staring at her tatas.
Right.
So I thought you were hot, and I wanted to text in that one show, and I didn't. Oh my God, in the beginning, his hair was a mess.
No, you want but basically you texted in the show. I stalked you, and then
So
we
I
stalked one
texted
another.
in,
Yep.
and it was about like
Yeah.
the pillows or something about is it, weird if a man has too many penis size and pillows.
So it was dick size first because her ex has the smallest dick ever, and he's a fat chef, and I can't wait until we leave because I'm going to expose that loser for who he is, and you know who you are, you fat piece of crap.
So I texted in, and I didn't know that they could text back, right?
Mhm.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That was shocking to me. So I texted making a joke. And how many messages would you get?
Oh God, text messages, thousands, and you guys know that, and you guys know that you couldn't get through on the show. We were popular, we were happening.
So he just happened to see it, and he thought it was funny because I used the word peen.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yep.
and he texted me back
Yep.
saying, "So are we talking about a Mike and Ike?" And I immediately knew that it was Rizzo and not Jeff, just by the way he texted. And then he responded a couple more times. And then this is where I was real thirsty. I said, "Hey, this is my name. Look me up on Facebook."
Lean in closer to me. Yeah, with the microphone. Yes, this is my name. Check it out on Facebook. That's right.
Because I wanted you to see what I looked like.
Yeah.
Maybe you would think I was cute because everyone, makes their profile picture their best photo.
And maybe Pa would take her to Pound Town.
Yup. And then you were a real dick. Like you like played the game.
I
You
wasn't
made me,
because
you made
there
me
was
chase
because
you.
there was an audience. There was people who were threatening to take us down. So when we hugged for the first time, I tapped her on camera like her back. There was no forcefulness, touchiness because of the way that people are. So that's how we met. It was interesting. Jeff, by the way, I was not going to come, and neither was she. But Jeff was like, dude, you need somebody in your life instead of hanging out with me all the time. So Jeff was actually the one who told me to show up, and you were going to cancel too.
Yeah, I was going to cancel. I was nervous. I was like, there's no way he's going to be like as cool in person as I think he is. He's probably going to be a dick. He probably just wants to have sex with me.
I wanted to have sex with you, but.
And you stalked me online for 3 weeks.
3 weeks. Yep.
Before messaging me.
Yep.
And stalked my LinkedIn and all this stuff, and you knew everything about me.
Yeah, I did.
When we first talked.
I did. I tried to verify everything, where she worked, all kinds. So just crazy stuff. My hair was a mess. Ray said when we first came in. Listen, I was going to, and you know what? It took me until really I met you, because that's when I shaved it. Mm-hmm. For me to accept the fact that I was bald, because if you guys don't know this.
He had a great head of hair.
I am not, I would not be bald if something didn't happen to me. What's going on, everyone? It is Rizzo. Thanks a lot for tuning in. This is the end. It's going to conclude of the free version, but here's the situation. Jeff and I, if you love what we do, if you love what we bring, we need your help. If you want to send us a donation to keep our content live and local, just search us on Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, very easy. All you got to do is search Rizzo and Jeff Show. All right, it's going to go right to our rent. You can also subscribe to us on Patreon, where we put up the full podcast. We got a whole other hour that you're not hearing here on the free iHeartRadio app, okay? Or you can head over to the Facebook, Rizzo and Jeff Show, and if you're technologically inclined, you can send us some stars. We really hate to do this. We hate to ask. We hate to be these guys, but it's so, so important for Jeff and I to keep our content live and local and to keep us going while we are underemployed. We need your help. So if we ever made you laugh, if we ever made you smile, if we ever made any impact, if we ever made your day better, if Jeff ever said something to make you laugh, if I ever did something to make you go, what the hell is wrong with this guy? Please consider sending a donation on Cash App, Venmo, PayPal by searching Rizzo and Jeff. Please consider subscribing to our Patreon by searching Rizzo and Jeff Show, or head over to the Facebook, Rizzo and Jeff Show on Facebook. It would really mean a lot. Send us some stars. We need your help. I got a lady. I got a bambine. Jeff and I have to pay rent. We have bills. So with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this little clip. Send the rest over to the Patreon by searching Rizzo and Jeff, or if you send us a donation, just hit me up and I will be sure to send you the full podcast and video of what we're doing. Very much appreciated from the bottom of my heart. Thank you. I love you. It means everything to both of us. From Rizzo and Jeff, this show will live on, and it will live on because of you.